Welcome to today's video, guys. We're going to be talking about the mystery, the thing that everybody and every brand owner wants to know is how to improve your LTV and the action steps that you can take today to make sure that you compound your LTV out throughout 2025 and into 2026. And the last thing, we're going to be having a lightning round where me and Jordan are going to be put on the spot, ask very important questions that are going to help you with all your retention goals, whether you're a brand owner, email marketer, or freelancer. This video is going to be super helpful for you. You're not going to want to miss what we're going to be talking about. So moving on to the fifth point, flows that compound LTV. Now, I'm curious, Jordan, from your point of view as well, from the paid acquisition side. So if you're a DTC brand, which your average AOV is like $60 to $120, actually, no. Let's switch it round, because I know a lot of brands who are cheaper maybe struggle more with LTV, like returning customers. But we can actually talk about both. So let's talk about low and mid. We can also touch a bit on high as well. And so we cover everybody. So for a low AOV brand, say $30 to $60, what are the flows, campaigns, emails that you would suggest they put in place to compound their LTV?
So as a low AOV brand, one of the hardest things when acquiring new customers is profitable new customer acquisition. We see this a lot on the paid ad side. The reason why we say low LTV is $30 to $60 is because if you're in a market like the US, UK, one of these big markets, your customer acquisition cost in those markets is not giving you a lot of room to work with, unless your product is like the first of its kind and you have a ton of press and you're running TV ads and you have all these other things that are helping drive down the CAC on platforms like Meta. Then that's obviously a different story. The reality for most brands is that that is not the case. So if you have a low AOV brand, to get the LTV up, it's so important that you have a solid post-purchase journey in place. After you get that first order, because you're likely playing a game where it's more LTV to CAC ratio, which means you're looking at minimum 3 to 1. Like your LTV is 3 times the CAC. That should be your bare minimum. You should be aiming for more than that. So with that in mind, you need to engineer a post-purchase journey that's going to get people to, if you have a consumable product, buy more of the same thing. Or if you have complementary products, buy those other products as well. If you have a subscription program, get people in the subscription program. Whatever you can do to get customers to spend more money with you, either buy more frequently or buy more things, those two levers are what you need to pull. So understand your customer journey first and foremost. Reverse engineer your flows, your emails, your SMS, your direct mail. If you have people calling up your customers, trying to convert them into subscribers, that's also a great idea. But yeah, that's what I would say for low AOV brands. By the way, this stuff applies to regardless of your AOV, right? Because you can always get more money out of customers if you have things to sell them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say it's more important for the low AOV brands because they have to make this LTV to CAC thing work. If you have a higher AOV, you're likely, you're good with first customer acquisition, profitable, but still you want to add some LTV there to, extend that profitability.
Yeah, and I wanted to talk about more on the customer journey side of things. So here at Hayes, we have kind of the main core segments of the customer journey, you could say. So you have your non-purchasers, and basically it works from left to right, right to left, right? So you're trying to get non-purchaser to become a VIP, we call them, as someone who spent multiple times with and they have a brand affinity with you. So non-purchaser to first-time buyer to repeat purchaser to VIP buyer. And then underneath this, you have kind of like your unengaged win-back segments. And the goal is to get them back into this kind of left to right, right to left sequence of getting them to a VIP buyer. Because once they're a VIP buyer, to get them to buy again and again is super easy. It's like, it's literally like saying, hey, do you want that thing? Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Especially if you're a consumable brand with a subscription product, you're basically your VIP buyers are going to buy from you no matter what. And how do you get them there? Like what's the timing? What's the flows? What's the emails that you send out in these specific segments? Now it's hard for me to demonstrate this by talking. I'd need like a whiteboard, and this is a video I'm planning on doing. But essentially you want to make sure you have emails, flows, campaigns, right, that go out each of those core buckets. Your non-customer, first-time buyer, your repeat buyer, and your VIPs. Those are your core segments, and you want to make sure you have individual flows, individual emails, campaigns that are going out to each of those segments and talking to those segments differently. Different offers, different messaging, different angles and content types.
Yeah, that's spot on. There's nothing else to add there. I think it's, as I said, if you talk about the mid AOV brands, high AOV brands, same thing. Like, I don't think you need to change the strategy. It's you want to get them to be those VIPs. And again, it comes back to brand. Like we talk about building brand. Your retention marketing, your email marketing is a key lever for building brand. So yeah, I'd say we're good there.
Awesome. Okay, so moving on to the final point. So we're going to have a lightning round soon. We're just going to quick fire some questions. Both of us are going to answer. No time to think, just go for it. But before that, I want to talk about from an agency POV, okay? And one question, just one question here to answer. If a founder of a brand only has 5 hours per week, as we know, founders are very busy, for retention, where should they spend it for the highest LTV impact?
Map out your customer journey, what it looks like currently. Use data to understand what products customers buy first, what they buy second, what's the time frame between that first and second purchase and third purchase. Now, this is not easy to do. My recommendation is hire a data scientist who can go into your Shopify, your Klaviyo. They can use some more tools to get this data for you and map it all out. As a founder, that's what I would do, because you need leverage. You need leverage on workforce, right? Because your time is limited. So that's the first thing I would do. If you want to do it yourself, by all means. Then once you have that, you need to set clear LTV targets. There's so many brands I speak to on a weekly basis who do not know their LTV. And that is a problem, because in the e-commerce game, you are playing the game of lifetime value. Yes, you acquire new customers, but most of those customers aren't going to come back. So you need to be looking at lifetime value. There's other reasons why. Enterprise value, right? High LTV. If you want to sell your business, you're going to be able to sell that business for more, because the buyer who's buying the business is going to see that LTV numbers as very attractive, right? Because they know on front-end acquisition marketing, they can press the gas because the LTV is good. So just something to think about. An easy way to understand what your current lifetime value is if you're using Shopify, just download the Lifetime app. LTV is actually very difficult to calculate. So Lifetime makes it easy for you. Now, the other important thing with lifetime value to understand is that you want to assign timeframes to lifetime value, because lifetime value without a time frame is meaningless, because you need to understand when in a timeline you're going to recoup that value. So 30-day LTV is going to tell you what is the lifetime value of customers 30 days after first purchase. That's going to tell you how much revenue you can get from a customer from day 0 to day 30. You should set day 30, day 60, day 90, 180, and 365-day LTV targets. Now, what targets should you lean into more? That depends on the repeat purchase cycle of your product, if it is repeat purchasable, or again, coming back to that customer journey, what is the time between that first and second purchase and then the third purchase? If you're selling something like an armchair, maybe, that's all you sell and you're kind of stuck. But if you sell furniture and you have tables and whatever, then you can sell that as well, right? As a perfect complement. But if they just spent $1,000 on an armchair, you might not want to then immediately pitch them a $500 table, right? You might want to wait a little bit. So then your LTV, you may be looking at more of a 6 months target. Now, there's benchmarks for LTV, but it really depends on the industry you're in. Again, the example I just gave is night and day to someone who's selling, supplements, right? Where it renews every 30 days. So keep that in mind. But once you have that clear, once you have those LTV targets set, now you need to reverse engineer what you're doing to be able to hit those LTV targets when it comes to post-purchase flows. So make sure that you're sending out emails at the right time, SMS at the right time, leverage direct mail. If you're big enough as a company, hire sales reps. You could even use AI agents to call your customers, and they're more like customer experience reps.
5 hours per week.
Yeah, but 5 hours a week. Start by setting the targets.
Okay.
And then
First hour.
yeah, like you could spend the first week doing that. And then the next few weeks, you just continue optimizing and tweaking the post-purchase process. If I was you, I would just outsource all this. Like hire someone who's an expert. It's going to save you time and money, right? As a founder, you know this. You're always either paying in time or money. Time is the only thing you're not going to get back. So just pay with money. You get more time back. You hire the right person, you're going to get the ROI.
I mean, the mic drop moment is just outsource it. I mean, email and SMS done for you is the way I will always suggest everyone to go to. It is a hack, and it's not expensive. The return on investment is just, I mean, it depends, but I think every brand gets an ROI on it. We've never worked with any brand who hasn't, but if I was a founder, if it's 5 hours a week, okay, it depends on where you are in the journey of your brand, right? If you're just starting out, I would say learn Klaviyo, spend 80% of your time learning the platform, the ESP platform, and there's certain points in that. So spend the first hour learning about how to get campaigns, regular campaigns with segmentation. Second hour, building out, each of your core flows, and basically just getting familiar with the platform. And then 20% of your time is what Jordan mentioned, finding your A players, finding your team whether it's an agency or whether it's you want to hire internally, you want to really be looking for your A players and partnering with them, because they're the ones that are going to help you. And there's a lot of, like, if you're just starting out, maybe you want to work with a freelancer. There's many freelancers out there. It's how I started out, and that are happy to provide guidance. You don't necessarily always have to pay them up front. I took performance deals to start with, like only pay me if you make a profit type thing, and start that way. But yeah, 80% of your time when you're starting out is learning the platform. 20% is finding your A players. And I think even if you're like a well-established brand and you've been doing it for many years and you don't necessarily have a team, but you're still doing your own email marketing, which there are a lot of brands that are doing that, you can still follow the same formula. 80% just learning the platform and the tools, and 20% finding your team. Because once you learn the platform and the tools, you can then know who's the right people to partner with. Like, do they know their stuff?
All right, guys, that's it for this video. If you are looking for a partner to help you with your retention marketing, implement all the things we spoke about in today's video and more, just take this off your hands so you don't have to focus on it, get a great ROI from your retention marketing, boost LTV. It's exactly what we do. As said, I'm the founder of Hays. Dan leads our retention marketing department. He leads all the team, oversees all the clients. When you book a call and link down below, you'll talk directly with me. We'll see if it's a good fit for us actually to work together. We don't take on all the brands that we speak with. We actually turn away more business than we take on. So yeah, check out that link. Hope to speak with you soon. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
See you in the next one, guys.